Not every day is going to be a good day, but there is something good in every day. I use this quote a lot when I have some off days, not feeling that great, and I just kind of need to recoup and look inside my mind and figure out like what did I do positive throughout the day. May not make the day like great overall, if you can say that days could be good or bad, but they can make me feel a little bit better, like I accomplished something. And a lot of times when people have negative mindsets, they end up just grouping in things as good or bad. And when they have the negative mindset, the bad just completely takes over the good. And there's no really positives throughout the day. And then that spirals into them thinking that, they have a bad life or a bad way they're living. When a lot of the times that may not be true. And it's just mental struggles they're going through within their own mind. And some of those people might say, well, I have bad days, and on those bad days, nothing good happens to me. I don't have any good moments. Um, what should I do? And I'd say, as long as you're watching this video, you at least had one good thing happen to you this day. And besides that, I'll talk about that in a second, but you can do so much to make your day a good day. You can set some small goals for yourself, right? You can wake up and brush your teeth. You could go outside. You could play the game you love. You could talk to a friend. You could make a cup of coffee. Whatever you enjoy in life, as long as it's not hurting you or the people around you, I think you could set as a small win for yourself. And it's really great that we could turn that into being uplifting for ourselves, right? Maybe you didn't do much the rest of that day. That doesn't matter. Push that to the side. It doesn't matter. You did something that made you happy today or made someone else happy. And I feel like that's really, at the end of the day, to have a good day, that's really all that matters. But the one thing, right, let's say for somehow you don't do anything you like. You don't brush your teeth. You don't, take care of yourself or anything like that. Um, there's one good thing you did is that you woke up today. And I know sometimes people think that's corny, right? When it's like, you woke up, give me one more day. And it's really not, because when you think about it, right, you waking up is such a good opportunity, right, to make the day better. You have the power within your own hands, unless, you know, you have like a disability or something's preventing you. But, you know, generally people who are watching this video have the opportunity to go and change their life for the better, right? And get up and keep doing the things they love. And I think that's really powerful. And people think, like, who have a really negative mindset say, well, waking up isn't a good thing for me. I'm like, well, if you have the opportunity, an opportunity isn't bad. Like, it's never necessarily bad, right? And even if you're just working around that, bad stuff in your life, you can still, it's going to take time. It's not going to be an instant fix, right? Because a lot of people feel like they need to have instant gratification all the time, and they need to just completely fix their life in one moment, right? Watching this video isn't going to just instantly change your life, or listening to that podcast or reading that book or doing that nature walk, right? It's good. Like, I love getting out in nature now, and that's not going to just instantly fix like everything, all the problems I have, right? I still have struggles everyday life. I'm still working towards that goal of, living a better life, continuing to have a good mindset every single day. The grind doesn't stop. And I'm not like telling you like that you need to be some alpha sigma grind set guy that needs to just, work out 24/7 to achieve your goals, or else you're not going to have a good life. Like, no, you can do whatever you want as long as it's not hurting you or hurting other people to benefit you. Like, I'm not saying live selfishly. I'm just saying you should put your mental health first and foremost, because a lot of people decide to put that stuff to the side and say, well, I'm just going to work, all day and all night. I'm just going to do schoolwork. I'm just going to do all this stuff. And they don't take time for it. And that's what ends up breaking them down in the end, right? And they don't understand why. They're like, well, I worked like, you know, 12-hour shifts every single day, 7 days a week. It's like, I don't understand why, like, they cut me like I was, or like basketball, like you could be, practicing every single day. But you might, if you go too hard and don't take time for your mental health, you might end up just like falling out of love with playing your sport. If it's not basketball, it could be whatever. And you end up losing the thing that you were working towards in the end if you don't really think about yourself. And especially if you're doing things for other people, right? If, your parents want you to play a sport and you're like, well, I don't actually want to do this. And you decide to go, that's what you're doing, right? You go practice like every single day, and it's something you don't even enjoy, you don't want to do, but you're living for other people. And again, with the selfishness thing, it's not being selfish to take care of yourself and choose the things you want to do, right? If someone's telling you what to do, obviously it's hard if it's, a figure of authority or like your parent, a guardian, or someone telling you to do stuff. Who you're in a situation, right? You might be, you know, living under them, getting your food and your schooling through them. Um, but you should really try to do what makes you happy, because otherwise it's not really gonna amount to anything. And a lot of people in college, they decide just to go to um, whatever makes the most money when they're whatever they're like, they're not even passionate in it, and they just want to make money. And I agree that, like, unfortunately, money in our society, I feel like Joker, but in society, I mean, you can't really avoid just like, you can't just like live out in nature anymore and just like not make any money. Um, that'd be pretty cool just to move out here and like build a shack and just kind of do whatever, but yeah, you can't do that. And, people are gonna do that major that just makes a lot of money, and they're gonna go through schooling and, use ChatGPT to figure out how to do it, and then they get the degree and they're gonna go, and they're not gonna really want to do that job. And then where are they gonna go from there? Um, so I say start now for wanting to live the life that you want, like doing the things that make you happy, right? Because it's so easy to just start those simple steps to showing yourself that you have some good moments throughout the day. Even if your day was really bad, you can find some good moments. For example, I hung out with someone and I loved it. I had such a good time. And then I, ate some Chipotle, hit a lift at late at night. Nobody in the gym. It was so fun. I just got to just mess around. Um, but that was so good. I also have to take. I don't let the negative thing during the day like totally take me down. Right. My grandma had just a little small surgery, but I was definitely really worried about it, and I was worried about her. I was praying for her, and but I didn't um, let that ruin um, my attitude towards the day. Right. I'm not going to make myself, you know, feel bad if even if something happened to me, if I fail a test and I'm like, well, that really sucked. Obviously, I go and fail my chem exam and I really don't know what to do. But sometimes you got to take a little bit of a step back, right? Like 2018 James Harden, and analyze the entire day, because you can find small moments in anything. I fail my chem test and I go home and I just put on some like one of my favorite shows for a little bit, right? And a lot of times doing that stuff for yourself is perceived as bad. It's like, oh, all you did was just go home and you sat and you watched a show. It's like, yeah, I did, and it was fire. I really liked it. Thanks for asking, right? Don't let people tell you, right? Don't live through people. Don't live for people. Don't let them tell you like, oh, you shouldn't be watching TV or you shouldn't be playing video games. It's like if it's not really harming you like to an insane amount, right? It's something you enjoy. It's your hobby, right? Some hobbies are more frowned upon than others. People would rather you have them play a guitar than playing video games. But I mean, if that's your passion, that's what you like doing as your hobby. There's nothing wrong with picking it up for a few hours after school after you do something throughout the day. Um, or sometimes you just need a break, right? There's no school, you're not working a job right now. You just get to relax and just do what you love. Maybe you're going through it, family members, um, friends, relationships. Just remember that don't be too harsh on yourself. Set those small goals to not like totally overwhelm yourself with all these struggles of life. Because really, it's not that deep. It's really not that deep. Um, this is just temporary. We're here for such a short amount of time. Don't worry about that girl Snapchatting you back, sending you a snap. Don't worry about that Canvas exam that you got back. You got a 30% on. Like, so many things can change in such a fast period of time, and I've experienced that too, where it goes from being one of the worst times in your life, D tier time in your life, to being like an A tier time in your life, just jumping like that in like a few days. Um, and I think doing stuff for yourself, whether that's just listening to music, if that's your hobby, playing music, being out here, coming out here, if that's your hobby, um, that really sets you up for success, doing the things you enjoy instead of doing the things that other people enjoy. So, yeah, live for yourself and remember to set a few small goals today.